Well, let's start off with some breaking news. Haryana Minister Anil Vij has announced that he's tested positive for COVID. On November 20th, he had participated in the Bharat Biotech's Covaxin trial at a hospital in Ambala. The minister now confirming on Twitter that he has tested positive. Okay, my colleague Ayushman joins me on the phone line for more. Ayushman, just share with us the details of the inoculation that Anil Vij had gone through.
This is the third phase of Covaxin, which is going on, and that he was one of the participants, and it is one of the largest vaccine trial that is taking place. Total of 25,800 subjects are enrolled, and in that, the first set of the first dose was given to him on in earlier November. So the second dose was still pending. 2 doses are to be given. So he has now contracted the infection. We have seen in the other vaccines also, be it Moderna, Pfizer and all, that somewhere those people who have been given the vaccine, they have also contracted. So it is not a reason to be worried as to how and why the Haryana minister in fact contracted the infection. The most important aspect here is to understand that it is a blind investigation which is taking place. So even we don't know that the minister has got the placebo or the vaccine itself. Apart from that, it is very important to understand that when you calculate efficacy, the efficacy is the contraction of disease is a very, very crucial aspect of efficacy. In fact, that determines how the person is showing the trace after receiving the vaccine or after getting inoculated. If you look at this aspect, if the adverse events don't come, that also adds to the efficacy. So this all clear-cut aspects are there. So there is nothing to be worried about how he contracted the virus. A person who has taken the Moderna vaccine or Pfizer vaccine, they in the foreign countries, they have also contracted the virus. The important aspect remains to be seen, and it is a very long trial, Aarti. So the important critical aspect is that the vaccine trial is going on, and currently the minister has contracted COVID.
Ayushman, thanks so much for that. Dr. Anish Sinha, Associate Professor at the IIPH Gandhinagar, joins us. Dr. Sinha, thank you so much for joining us. Now, there's so much anticipation, so much discussion about this vaccine. Obviously, people might read this information and get a little bit concerned. First of all, for the benefit of our viewers, just talk us through the process of this trial phase itself and what you read of this development.
Yeah, see, the vaccine trial, this is in the trial phase, and it's the third phase trial that was going on for the Covaxin. And in trial, generally the company, how it is done, there are 2 groups. One group who get the vaccine and the other group get the placebo. Now, nobody knows which that person is, whether it's getting the vaccine or the placebo. It's a blinded procedure, and then what happens? It's a calculated how many who got the vaccine got the disease, and how many who got the placebo got the disease, and based on that, the efficacies are calculated. The another point is, even if the person, for instance, if we accept that might have got the vaccine, also the vaccine's efficacies are never 100%. So somebody will be definitely getting the disease even if they have got the vaccine, but the proportion will be too low. For example, the trials that were there in the US for the Pfizer or Moderna or any other vaccines, like we saw that around in Pfizer, exact numbers I don't remember, but around 8 people got the disease who were even the COVID disease after getting the vaccine, and around 160 from the placebo group. And based on that, the efficacy was calculated as 94.5%. So, so far as the adverse events are not reported, we should not worry, and this is very normal. It should be taken as a very normal incident and a very normal process of the trials. So there's nothing to worry about this. There is no adverse event. That a person may have contracted the disease, and that's all. That will all look into, or that's the way how to calculate the efficacies of the vaccine.
Well, Dr. Sinha, that's, I think, very important clarification coming there. I'm glad you've explained to our viewers this entire process because there's a lot of scope for misinformation and worry at a time like this. Just very briefly also, the fact that the minister had only one vaccine, or my colleague Ayushman was just explaining to us ago that there are two injections that he has to have, but he's had only one, and that also perhaps will impact this process.
Yes, because the regimen that is should be two doses, 28 days apart. So, but that the minister has taken at the moment only one dose. So, the overall efficacy which the means of the efficacy which the companies claim is after the entire regimen, that is complete regimen that is administered. So that after two doses. So the person that he has taken only one dose on, I think, 20th November, and so there is only one dose. So definitely that may be one reason also why the immunity levels might have been low, and the person might have contracted the disease. So that's definitely one reason.
Right. Dr. Sinha, thank you so much for joining us. I really do appreciate you clarifying here and explaining to our viewers the process. Dr. Rakesh Mishra is the Director of Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, also joins us. Dr. Mishra, thank you so much for speaking to Mirror Now. As I was just discussing with Dr. Sinha as well, there could be a lot of confusion and worry as a result of somebody who's so very publicly been injected, who somebody so publicly has received the vaccine has now tested positive. What do you have to explain to our viewers, and why such a development has taken place?
See, we should keep in mind that these are still vaccines that are under trial. So we are only seeing the initial results. They are very promising. That doesn't mean that they are finalized and we know everything about them. And besides, each vaccine has certain efficacy. And the current standard is that even if it is 50% efficacy, we'll accept it. Even if it is 90% efficacy, the 10% will still get infected. And maybe somebody who got vaccinated is in that 10% bracket, and they will get infected. So vaccine is not the ultimate thing. It is just to reduce the spread of the virus and control. And once we get at the level of herd immunity, we'll be able to manage the infection and the pandemic that is going on. So we have to keep in mind that first complete dose of the vaccine has to be taken. If it is 2 doses, then 1 week or 10 days after the second dose only you can feel that now vaccine will give it the full strength, whatever it can. Having said that, you may be in those 10%, 20% who will be susceptible still.
True.
So the scene is like that. It's not that you took a vaccine and then it is a 100% guarantee that you will not going to get infected.
Right. Dr. Mishra, does this impact or affect the trial process in any way at all? It is in the third phase of clinical trials. Does that affect this at all in any case?
No. I don't think it has any impact or bad effect on the trial. Trial is a very proper scientific thing. And in this case, we are kind of jumping the gun that even in trial, only you test people, evaluate them after the second dose has been given and they have waited enough, and then you wait if they get infected or not. That's what the proper standard of trial is, and many other parameters are taken. So trials are going very well. I don't think this has any consequence on the trial.
Right. Dr. Mishra, thank you so much for speaking to Mirror Now. I think it's important for all our viewers to have this information as well. Anil Vij testing positive, but as our experts are telling us, no reason to worry. This is, of course, a long process.